You guys, I'm just elated, and our folks are coming with it today, coming with the energy and the information. I'm excited to bring up our next guest presenter, Coach Dom, as many of you know him, Dominique Davis. Dom has been out here on the streets, changed his life around, and then took it to the next level to make sure that folks and young folks who are involved in at-risk behavior or in gang activity, that they have a new pathway. And with him doing work with the 180 program and then opening up community passageways, Coach Dom has been out here doing some phenomenal work on the ground. I'm elated to bring to the stage Coach Dominique Davis.
Thank you, Trey. Thank you. I appreciate I appreciate everybody that's before me. These are awesome programs, awesome work going on around the nation. This is beautiful to see my Black and brown people doing this. I started passageways a few years ago. I felt felony diversion. I want to focus on felony diversion because laying back, she was 180. It was a misdemeanor diversion program. And when we were doing misdemeanor, as we were doing this work, and diverting misdemeanors out of the criminal justice system for juveniles, after a few years of that, that's not solving the property and the economic, and social, and political issues that our community is dealing with. It was just pulling young people out of the system in a light touch way. And I wanted to get deeper. And I wanted to go deeper into the system and start pulling our young kings in high-end, high-level Class A, Class B, and Class C felonies. And I got told, no, that can't happen, and you can't do that, and that world doesn't exist. And I mean, from prosecutors, judges, nobody, community people, nobody thought that you could actually divert felonies out of the system. But I refused to take no for an answer. And I just started putting in the work and started grabbing people that were facing work with them, get them employed, get them doing community work, get youth panels and advisory committees, and signing them up for different things. And lo and behold, I was able to get my first kid that was facing 15 years old, looking at doing some time in prison. I was able to divert his case out, and they threw his case out because of all the work that we got this kid to do. This kid ended up becoming got his AA. I can just go down the list. It got all these different awards and all that. And so, when I did that, I realized this worked. So I'm going to duplicate that. And here we are 4 years later. We've diverted over 3+ years of jail and prison for youth and young adults in our community. And that blows my mind that I can say 300+ years. That's amazing to me. It started out with just me and a couple of people volunteering, 50 employees. I want to hire the same people that we work with, the people that came through the program, the people that were in these streets with me, and the people that were in the streets for generations after me. These are people that are answers to the problem. And I hire the OGs, I hire the YGs, I give them wage and healthcare package back out to the community. We are dedicated to saving the community, saving the community. And so felony diversion was the start of how community ways got going. And from that, and doing that work, we grew into like other programs underneath our banner right now, at least 10 underneath our banner. We're working in schools, being proactive and preventive with culturally relevant curriculum that is apologetically centered around Blackness. We do schools. We're starting up BSU schools, and we engage with the families. And when we're doing that work in the school, we stop from having in the criminal courts doing any diversion work. So I also do a bunch of other things that I don't have time to get into, but what I will talk about is the latest program that we launched last year, at the beginning of last year, called Deep Dive. When I came to the state, Africatown State of the Union address, last year, I think it was, no, year before last, matter of fact. And I spoke about launching a program, me and Jim launching a program. The program that we launched, it's called Deep Dive. What we did was we got the list from the office that had for a number of years. And on this list, they had a bunch of young kings and queens who were the most likely to be shot or shoot somebody due to the records of other people and cars and scenes of crimes and what were found and whatnot. And so they were doing this algorithm. And I was like, well, we can't sit back and wait for you guys to just start building cases or wait for somebody to get shot or shoot somebody. And then you guys go arrest somebody, give us that list. And so we started, and we went out and we recruited people that were more likely to shoot or be shot in South, recruiting these young men and pulling these young men in, getting them, bringing them in. And then we had to do a lot, making sure that they understood their face with their ops, the people that they shot at before. And we had to go through that for a couple of months. And then we were finally able to bring them in space. And yes, they showed up with guns and bulletproof vests, but we knew that was going to happen. And after that first meeting, by the end of the week, there wasn't no more guns, no more vests, and these guys were laughing with each other. We were having sidebar meetings. We were putting truces together, hands, and promising they were going to get a program and fast 12 crew of guys out of the 27 or so kids that we brought into that program. 16 of them have full-time jobs now. 6 or 7 of them, maybe even 8 by now, have their own place of steady living, so they're in their own apartments. 3 of them graduated high school this past year. 2 of them are taking their SATs to go to college. We just go on and on. Like, literally, this is what we're doing. We're stopping these cats from shooting each other by giving them the resources and building support on them and creating a village for them. We are big bros. They're little bros. We talk to each other by name anymore because we became a family. You know, and that's what it takes to build relationships. It takes relationships. It takes to build that family structure. To stand up strong and say, we got you, little bro. We got you, man. We're going to do it. We're going to knock every barriers in your way. We're kicking it out, walk you through these doors, and we're going to navigate these systems for you to make sure you're successful. Space, we're going to be here to support you. And this is what we do. This is why we do what we do, because we know people need to have what we didn't get. That's why we fell off. That's why we went what we went through. And that's why we're generations in to having these same issues over and over again. And so we have to break the cycle. We're working ACLP. We work with so many organizations doing this work that we have to build this village up so that everybody's included. I'm going to get into, because that's the newest program. We're launching that. So the safety hubs is called the Seattle Community Safety. So the safety hubs is to address the hotspots. So we did this work in deep dive. We started recruiting off the street, working on getting them where they need to be at. And then a bunch of their homies were involved in a lot of shootings over the summer. These two, right? And putting their homies up in hotels so they can hear from booms, hospitals after shooting scenes, like doing all that stuff, but building these alliances and these bonds with their crews. So now we said, you know what, we got rid of. I was trying to talk about the Seattle Safety Hubs. We're launching a new program at the end of next month. The Seattle Safety Hubs is to address the shootings in the areas around Seattle, greater Seattle area. Basically, right now, we have 3 hubs. One in the city. We're manning these and YGs with caseworkers and specialists. And what we're doing is taking the people in those communities that know the communities, training them, paying them a living wage, giving them a healthcare package, and putting them into the communities to go do the work to help people closer to the problem or the answer. So these are the people that we're working with. That's my whole program. It has nothing but OGs in it. Most of the time in the penitentiaries, in the streets. So we're in safety hubs right now. We're doing this work in these communities to try to save our community. Active improvement in this program for something to happen. We already have the relationships in these communities. And what we're going to do now is take the resources into the community with the relationships and go out and go knock on these doors and hit these blocks, hit these streets, and tap these young cats' shoulders and say, I got something better for you, bro. Come on and rock with me. And this has been tested and proven through the work we've already been doing. We've been very successful at working with these young people in the community that are out here in these streets. And so literally the safety hub, I'm super excited about, because I can't wait to see how we can go out, not just help the young cats putting in the work, but also work with their families, work with the grandma, work with the auntie that's raising the mother or the father that's raising them, and help them get services and resources also. Because it's all about the whole family unit that we got to do. It's all about the whole community that we got to work with. So we're doing this work. The safety hubs is, I mean, I can't wait to launch it at the end of next month, so we can literally show this is what needs to be invested into. This is where we need to divest the criminal justice system back into the community. Take that money out of the criminal justice system and put it in the lives. Just the time that we've taken off the table already, 300 plus years, has saved millions of dollars. Money. We're doing diversion work with the young people. When we go tap these shoulders in the communities where the safety hubs are at, when the kids are facing criminal charges on them. We're mitigating cases all the time. I'm gonna look, bro, you got a charge. We're gonna see this attorney. We're gonna see what we can do and get you in a good space to put a good mitigation. Because we're gonna show them that you're working now. You got housing now, support system behind you now. You're on panels and you're on youth advisory committees, and we're gonna go ahead and put you in a good space to negotiate charges. We don't need to see you locked up. We go to court, we sit in sentencings. We tell the judge, why this young man up? He support system. Why send him away for 5 years? Keep him in the community, put him on probation, and let us keep working with him. Why deter him off this? You're doing that, all you're doing is perpetuating white supremacy and racist institution that you guys have built for us to fall in. So let us keep working with these young men. Give us our kids back. We ain't letting you take our kids. We got our kids. So all they need to do is make sure that they get right. Just get out of our way. These safety hubs is about that. The safety hubs is about healing our community and pushing the system out the way, making sure the system sees we got and give us our damn money that we earned up our blood, sweat, and tears from our ancestors' hard work. Right? Give us our money so we can take care of our community, and that's what the safety hubs are about. That's what community passageways is about. That's what we do. That's what we're focused on. I'm gonna go ahead and end that. Thank you guys for listening to me. I appreciate y'all. I love my Black and brown sisters, brothers.
Oh my goodness, Coach Dom, and we love you back. Always bringing that fire, that passion, that energy. We so appreciate you bringing all of your knowledge and your lived experience to the work. Literally, I'm so emotional right now. Those 300 plus years diverted from the system, and getting those folks out there on the ground, working in their communities, allowing them to become mentors for the next generation. You guys are just phenomenally doing the work, brother. I'm so elated and honored to work alongside you in this community. You have no idea. It's an honor. I'm so glad that you were here today. Thank you again.